So welcome to the Node.js Node add-on API team meeting for January 12th, 2024. We'll follow our standard approach of going through the issues that are tagged in the milestone 11. So let me just bring that up. And I will share my screen. Okay. So first thing is anything new we want to share in terms of what's new in the Node API or Node add-on API world?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, so let's move on. I don't think we have any updates on the list of non-C language bindings, coverage, or enabling debug testing. We can take a quick look at what's on the stale issues. I don't think I see anything there either that we have to discuss. So let's flip over to looking at the issues in the repos. Okay, so I think this one, we did have some discussion last time with Gabriel, but I believe it's waiting on some of the functionality in the upper streams to be backported. Is that Legendcast, or sorry, Chenzong, does that match what you remember?
Yeah, I think we are waiting for the uh, maybe I need to take a look at the exact patch that we need to backport so that we can check it on this thread.
Yeah, that would be a good idea because then we can see if that's likely to land and when. So,
Yeah.
okay, and looking at issues.
Well, I commented on the first one
Okay.
and I will wait for feedback on the comment so that we can see if we need to follow up.
Okay, no, that sounds good. Thanks for answering that one. I don't see too many other things. I think I know like you're gonna take a look at the next December major release, right?
Yeah, I can reach out to you on the Slack to see if I can get all the access to the package, I suppose, because I don't have
Right.
any at this moment.
Okay.
So yeah, let's meet and let's meet on Slack for this.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you ping me, then I can make sure and add you to like the NPM or like our yeah, in NPM and all those the right places. So,
Yeah, that'll be great.
okay.
Thank you.
That sounds good. And I don't think any of the others we have necessarily anything to discuss. Any of the others that you think we should chat about?
Um, I don't think there is anything I would like to bring up in Node API.
Okay, so let me flip over to Node and stretch this a little bit. Issues. See if this pops up for me this time. Yep. Okay, good. I'm going to take out the issue because we want PRs as well. Okay. So here, this is okay. I'm not sure why this popped up to the top. Unless
Well, I
that's
assume that's because we don't have anything new.
right. Okay. That's good. I guess anything then, any of these other ones that we should discuss?
Well, maybe I will may oh Gabriel is here.
Oh, thank you for, I will find participants and promote it.
Yeah, I would like to bring up the request node SQLite 3 as issued in the node ABS stable node repo.
Sorry, which one?
It's not in this. It's not
Yeah,
in this repo.
which
It's
repo is it?
in the API stable. node.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Because yeah, and there was now that reminds me, there was one that I mentioned somewhere else that okay, let's come. Which one? This one. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. This is yeah, good point. Because yeah, I see. I try. I said, yeah, let's try and discuss this one. So okay. Um. So go ahead.
It
Have you
seems
looked?
like, well, I didn't had a chance to take a deep look into the issue here, but it seems that the author of the issue has already pointed out several hot paths in Node API. For example, um, set named property and create string UTF-8, which sounds like the will be covered by the new API we just landed. For maybe I can try to experiment it experiment Node SQLite 3 with latest Node build with the new APIs to see if it gets improvement.
Yeah, that would be a really good validation that those of that are something that can help
Also,
address that.
they also mentioned that there is a path creating um a lot of objects and with a lot of properties, and so which smells to me to another issue that about creating objects fast in with Node API, but we didn't get any progress on it at the moment. Wait a minute, I'm going to find the issue number.
Okay. Here, I'm going to tag this one. I should have done that before. Milestone 11 so that it stays on there the list that we review to look at. Because yeah, this is definitely
Well, yeah, I have posted the issue link in the chat.
okay.
Anyway, I don't have any updates for the issue. I just thought of bringing it up.
Okay. No, that's good. I think that no, definitely, yeah. Thanks for remembering because I was forgetting. I'm just gonna add in a comment here says we discussed a bit.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
Hey.
I'm wondering if proxy might be a good fit here, because then you're not actually creating anything until somebody needs it. Just off the top of my head.
Well, yeah, that's a good approach. However, I would say that if all the properties would be eventually accessed, then creating a proxy might be another point of performance penalty. So, well, we have to dive into the case in
Yeah.
NoSQL 3 to see if proxy actually fits in the use case.
Yeah, or maybe the property key, right? Because
Yeah,
like if they are like a fixed set rather than just random strings, then that might be a good choice. But yeah, okay, yeah, definitely got to dive in.
yeah,
Okay, so does this comment that I typed in make sense to us here?
yeah. Of course, I would like to see if I can find the time to experiment.
Yeah, I said may, just so you're not committed, but if you find time, that would be great. Okay. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, no,
another
that I'd be
issue,
really interested to see if that made it because it does sound quite related, right?
yeah,
Okay. Anything else? Gabriel, thanks for joining. Any issues you wanted to have us discuss this week?
No, I'm still waiting on things to land on 18. I added LTS watch V18X to the PR that introduces the feature flags. I hope that's going to raise awareness that it needs to go into 18.
Well,
Right.
we just mentioned that maybe we can post a link to the page you are waiting for to the Node.js API PR so that we can check the progress in that PR.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yes. Well, yeah, I guess when somebody removes the label, then that means it's landed.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't see any like scheduled 18 releases yet.
right. Yeah, I guess 18 is like pretty stable, so it
It
may
might
take
be
a
worth
while.
like just making a post here saying that, as an FYI, the Node API team is waiting on blah 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 to land on 18. Do you know when the
Okay.
next release might be? Like at least that way it's like,
Oh, I
hey,
see. I see. So somebody else has already made something like that.
yeah, it's kind of like the more of those I think in there, the more likely that people will say, oh yeah, maybe let's do an 18 or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's a great idea. I'll do that.
Okay. Sounds good. Any other things we should chat about?
Well, there is another issue in the Node.js repo
Yep.
about
Right. Yeah.
cross-building the
Yep.
WebAssembly module with Node.js API,
Yep.
with Node API.
Right. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like you had some discussion with not Toyo, is it?
I'm not sure how to pronounce their name correctly, but I had a chance to try their test repo, and I have successfully the built their product on Mac. But I may need another chance to run it on Windows because, well, actually, I don't regularly work on Windows, so it might be take another time. But if
Yeah.
either you would have any knowledge on Windows, that would be great to take a look on this issue.
Yeah. I'm more of a Linux person as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I I assume it should work on like if it works on Mac, it should work on Linux, right?
Well, yeah, I regularly
Most
work
often.
on Mac and Linux. I don't have many chances to work on Windows.
Oy
But
vey. Oh.
I do have a Windows machine, so I'll give it a try.
So this is like, yeah, having looked at it, so this basically, as I understand it, will take your Node API add-on and is assuming it doesn't have any like dependencies outside of like external dependencies, like say reading the file system, or I guess even that's a bit possible. But anyway, as long as it's something that you can do within WASM, it'll compile it down to WASM, right?
Well, it is built on top of Mscripton, which is built on top of WebAssembly system interface with latest API so that it can access many system calls. But I don't have quite such knowledge on how Mscripton works, so I cannot say for sure. I would find a chance to talk to the author directly about this use case so that I can get more knowledge about it.
Yeah, it's likely using the WASI, like it's likely using WASI and it provides like a virtual, not a virtual, but it provides an implementation of libc, some parts of it, so not everything. And then Node has an implementation of WASI that when it's compiled, you can you rely on that to say open files, read the file system, that kind of stuff. So you can have some interaction with the outside world, but like for example, WASI today has pretty limited support for sockets, and we haven't actually finished implementing those socket APIs. But if you're doing something like I think they mentioned Sharp, if it's really computation versus like going outside, then that's something that I can see actually working pretty well, right? Because you're basically saying, okay, instead of using the native code that just does things like in memory, we're going to do that in WASM instead.
Well, yeah, it also brings the benefit that we can build a product that is universal to every platform
Yep.
on top because of WebAssembly,
Yeah,
which
like even if
Node
if it
API cannot.
doesn't, yeah, even if it doesn't, like you can't, yes, it's much easier for distribution. So that's great.
Yeah. But anyway, I would like to find a chance to talk to the author directly about the use case more so that we can understand more about the issue here.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thanks for doing that. I think it's really interesting as a sort of, a layered approach for Node.js that says like, hey, if you really, really need to do all things and, lowest level, then maybe you have to write like in like native V8 stuff, right? But then if you need just, you don't need to do any of that sort of really, really low stuff, then Node API gives you, an API where you can do most everything else you need to do. And then as a layer on top of that could be like, okay, and if you just need to do a subset of things that you can access through WASI, if you could just compile those things to WASM, that's a really good story of like, and now it's even easier to build and manage and distribute your add-on, right?
Yeah.
So I think it'd be pretty cool if Node API can enable that. I think a few people have tried looking at that, but this seems to be the furthest along that I've seen.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't have a chance to actually take a look how it works, so I cannot say for sure for now.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder this one. Anyway, yeah, I'll be interested, once you talk to them a little bit more, what the status of that one is.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Any other issues we should chat about?
I don't have any.
Okay, Gabriel.
I don't either.
Okay. Well, thanks for both of your time, and we'll chat through GitHub Slack and see everybody next week.
Yep. See you guys.
See you.